So you're on Instagram or you're on YouTube and you see maybe somebody you aspire to be, another fellow business owner or entrepreneur, and they say you need to invest into your business. It's the highest dividend you can do. Stock market doesn't matter, real estate doesn't matter, all these things don't matter. The best thing you can do is invest into your business. If you're a little confused on what this means, and maybe you understand what this means, you still should watch through this video. I'm going to tell you what you should do when it comes to investing into your business, like most people recommend doing. And I personally recommend doing this. And there's a lot of times too where you are going to have to do this a lot. So we're going to go through 3 different ways you can invest into your business: easy, medium, and hard. And all of these are great if you do it correctly. None of these can kill you, or they can kill you, but if you can do it good enough, then it'll all turn out okay. So, number one, we are going to talk about taking profits and then moving them. So, every time you complete a job, you are going to have a profit margin that you should have. If you don't know how to do that, I have an accounting video on this channel. Use that template so you know what you're making. But you should be able to have a profit margin after all wages are paid and everything. And that should be what the business brought in. So that is your profit for the business. And what I mean by move it is you're going to take some of that money and you're going to put it into a new form that can operate for your business or help your business out. So whether this is investing into a software like a CRM, or investing into employees, investing into, but when people say investing into employees, this confused me a lot too at the beginning, but it's going to cost you some money. So the month before you might make 3 grand, and then you have an employee, and the next month you might only now make 2 grand. So you need to get more work done. You need to work faster. You need to find efficiency. So employees will cost you money in the end. But basically, you need to take that money. You need to move it into something like a software. Once again, you can move it into employees. You can move it into new equipment with capital. You can move it into trucks. You can buy a new laptop to help get work done. You can buy a new phone. There's so many things you can use that are going to help grow your business and invest into your business. So that's kind of what we mean. You're going to put some of that capital up front and you're going to put it towards the business so it can help the business grow and flourish, so you can make more money or make your job more efficient, which is the equivalent of making more money. And this will help you out a lot by just taking your profits and moving it. It's very easy to do, but you can mess it up. So it is medium. So it is, it's great if you do it right, once again, and just like everything else. But it is a very easy thing to do because you should be making money. And if you're not, that's a completely different issue. You shouldn't even be, or you're going to have trouble investing in it. Next, we have finance equipment. So the reason I have this as medium and not hard is because financing is not that difficult. You just need to be smart and know what you're getting into before you're financing, and you need to know your numbers. I don't recommend this for beginners. I recommend this for people that are in that medium stage doing at least 10, 20K plus a month in their business, because you don't want to get wrecked and you want to be able to have capital if anything goes wrong. So financing equipment, we haven't done it yet. We will most likely do it soon, but you could finance something like a skid steer. Most of these things, they're maybe 30, 40 grand out of pocket. And the reason I would say you don't want to just take profits and move it to a skid steer is because 30 grand could be spent on employees and marketing, which could help you make money to get more than just one skid steer. And if you finance, you can make enough money per month throughout your whole season. But you're going to be able to use some of that capital like we just talked about, and you're going to be able to now have a cheap-ish payment depending on what you're getting. It could be a truck, it could be whatever. And then now you have something that you can budget. So now you can almost, in a way, include that into your overhead expense. And now you can divide that up by the days. And now you know what you're running on your overhead costs. You're like, okay, each one of these jobs, if I can do all these jobs and I can make this margin on my jobs, that pays for my overhead. Plus, I'm still getting paid and making money. And I get to take profits and keep growing the business to help get this equipment paid off even faster, make it so worth it long term. Another really good thing is that there's a lot of things for like trailers or maybe trucks, depending on the way you can go. Most of the time not, but a lot of equipment, at least, you can easily finance at 0%. And also, if you haven't done this yet, I highly recommend doing it. You can get a business bank account and you can use their credit cards. And a lot of the times you can get approved for a decently high budget if you have decent credit and you know how to do it right. There's a lot of people that talk about that on YouTube. I'm not going to go that deep, but you can get a good business credit card, which has 0% APR for 12 months, which means you don't have to pay interest. So you can basically pay that off over the 12 months if you can't find a dealer that can do 0% for a certain amount of time. I know a lot of people that do it and they can get 0% for equipment. So that is another way to go if you're really serious about your business. Once again, not very beginner friendly, but it's not hard to do. And it can be great if you do it right and you think through those things I just talked about. Now, the next thing, which is going to be a hard one and isn't going to be as easy compared to some of the other things we do on this part, is going to be a business partner. So maybe you already have a business partner and that's great. But I know a lot of people that don't have a business partner or can get really messed up in business relationships. I luckily haven't came across a scenario like that yet, and maybe I never will, hopefully. But this can completely destroy a business, and it really matters who you pick, and it can be a really good investment for your business. At least I think so. Me and my partner, Gideon, as you guys know, we both work on this business together. We're 50-50 on everything. And we have different roles into the business. So he plays the role of sales, quoting, customer management, sending out projects, stuff like that. I deal with all the back end things. So I deal with the systems and SOPs. I deal with hiring people. I deal with training. I can deal with project management. I can do a lot of miscellaneous things. I can do the accounting. I can just do so many other things, and he can do so many different things too. So instead of having to hire a VA, train them, and then you don't like it and you kind of want to do stuff on your own, you just have basically two of you in a way. But I say it's hard because you have to find somebody that you can really trust. And I would recommend picking a lifelong friend or a cousin if you guys are related and you are relatable on topics that you already know, you are like-minded. That's the type of people I would look for and try and pick with. Other than that, a business partner, if you don't have one of those people, then you're going to need to find somebody that has some experience, probably, who already has some capital, and it gets a lot more complicated, which is why I have that at hard. But once again, it's great if you do it right. So it's a medium efficiency, it's a medium type risk, but it is just hard to get into that area and do it correctly. So take your profits and move them. Financing equipment, if you're higher up, don't do this if you're a beginner. And then having a business partner, which luckily for me, we started together completely at the very beginning. So it helped us out a lot doing that. Now, if you're interested in talking to us more in detail, you can join our free community down below. We also have some free templates, which is where in that accounting video I talk about, I have a template you can just use and make a copy of. I have that in the Discord, which is how you can access that. I have many other videos where I offer free templates that are all related to the Discord. We're going to start hosting some free calls in there where we go over stuff. We do Q&As and whatnot. It's completely free. All you got to do is just make your account, sign up. If you're interested in some of our other content too, you can follow us on Instagram where you can see some short form. You can see some more personal related things. You can also check out our YouTube or our vlog channel where we upload vlogs of our projects. We upload vlogs of the day-to-day things. A lot of you guys might find me through that way anyways, and you're just finding this channel on the back end, but vice versa is how you can handle that too. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If I missed something or you have questions, leave it in the comment, or you can join the Discord and at me, and I'll respond very fast. So thank you guys for watching. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. Join the Discord. We'll see you in the next one.